Won't let me close a bank account? No problem. Not me, but my spouse's grandmother, Frankie. After my spouse's grandfather, Bill, died suddenly of a heart attack. My spouse's grandmother, Frankie, was understandably devastated, but went about closing his estate with a stiff upper lip, until she got to one bank account that was only in Bill's name. Not a joint account with both of them. Despite having the death certificate, will, and other documentation required, the bank absolutely would not let Frankie close Bill's account. But for whatever reason, they would allow her to withdraw money. Being the type to not suffer fools, Frankie withdrew all but 1 cent from the account. The next day, she got a call from the bank's branch manager explaining there were minimum balance requirements, and the bank account would be subject to a service fee if it didn't have a certain amount of money in it at the end of each month. No problem, Frankie tells the manager. Just let me close the account. We can't let you close an account in someone else's name, the manager says. At this point, Frankie realizes that it doesn't affect her if a bank account in someone else's name goes negative. Because of service fees, the manager won't budge and neither will she. So the next month, the account goes negative after the bank assesses a $2 service fee. That was 17 years ago. The bank still calls her from time to time to ask her to bring the account back into the black. But when she asks about closing the account and they tell her only Bill can close it, she promptly hangs up on them and goes back to playing bridge with her friends. Surely by their own logic it would have to be up to Bill to get the account back in the black. Maybe she can tell them where he's buried and they can visit him and ask him to settle up. You'd say that after a year, maybe 2, they would find a way to change such a ridiculous rule. Tears of joy. Not my problem. Go tell Bill. It's his damn account. No, I don't have contact information. You figure it out. Bye. Quote. I mean, those fees are made up, so it's not like the bank is out any actual money or anything. Lol. Mom passed away 3 years ago and I went through this same thing. Will, death certificate, etc. It had just happened a day or 2 earlier. I was not in the mood to suffer the bank manager at Wells. I still remember his great compassion. Nah. Fortunately it was only $500 and she had one of her friends on the account, so she closed it the next day. Advice: put a transfer on death on your home accounts, etc. I've done that for my Dawn. Absolutely bulletproof transfer to your heirs. No probate. It's immediate. I'm 63. Have cancer. I could die tonight and my son can take over the house. Every account. Utilities. He lives with me. Don't put your loved ones in this predicament. Years ago I was the executor of an elderly relative's estate. In the process of winding up her affairs, the mailing address on her various accounts was briefly changed to my address until her accounts could be closed. 10 years after my elderly relative died, a letter from her former bank addressed to her arrived at my address. It was a notice that she had attempted to overdraw her long-closed account by attempting to use her non-existent debit card to withdraw money at an ATM. The bank could not allow this. The letter said, and would she please call them to discuss the matter. The bank employee I called the next morning, believe it or not, was actually polite and apologetic about their major error. I got a bill from a credit card company for my mom last week. She died of cancer 8 years ago. They are threatening litigation for non-payment for a credit card I tried to close right after she died. They had to find me because I bought a house 5 years ago and my dad sold the house he owned with my mother. They had to investigate to find me. I'm just waiting on them to call me so I can tell them where to send the subpoenas. Just give them the forwarding address to the cemetery to see if Bill can bring the account back up into the black. I am sure the cemetery would love to get bank letters for a man who is 6 feet under. Bill doesn't live at this address anymore. What's his address? Quote. Plot 3. Row 17. Holy Cross Cemetery. I was hoping she'd tell them it's not her account so she's not required to pay. Bill moved and I'd be happy to give you his new address. Bill can no longer be contacted at this phone number, so stop calling. Do you live in the USA? I have 2 laws for you. First one is, a bank fee cannot be the reason a bank account goes negative. A bank fee can take you to 0. Not negative. However, once it is negative, they can make it go further negative. That very first bank fee that took it negative was illegal. Wells Fargo tried that crap with me and a lawyer took my case for free. Because he said all he had to do was print up 1 paper and sign it. That I could pay for the stamp if I wanted because that's all it cost him. Wells Fargo knew they were breaking the law and dropped my case instantly when I got a lawyer. The second one is debtors' privacy laws. A debt collector cannot tell a person that another person has a debt. It's a federal crime to do so. Get a call recorder and inform the debt collector that you are recording the call. Let them say, "Bob owes us money," on the recording and bam, interrupt them and inform them they just broke federal law. You are not Bob. And you are sending this recording to the FTC. You'll never hear from them again. https www.ftc.gov/enforcement/rules/rulemaking-regulatory-fair-debt-collection-practice. CES Act text. After my grandmother passed, my mom was named executor of the estate. As she lived several states away, she had all the mail forwarded. I will never forget after 2 to 3 had gone by. This gem in the mail. Ms. First middle last name. Deceased. For a credit card offer. She should file for harassment, since it's clearly not her account. Had the same troubles when my mom died. Electric company was cool. Phone and gas wouldn't let me shut off the service. I told them she was dead and I had a certified death cert to prove it, but nope. So I just didn't pay anymore. Legally not my problem. They'd call and write and I ignored them after I'd respond with a call saying she's dead and too bad for you. Collection agencies got pushy and they were also told to piss off. Lucky she banked where I did and they were great about letting me close her accounts. She should tell the caller he no longer lives with her, and would they like his forwarding address? This is what I did when my ex passed away and they tried to bill collect from me. I still used our house number. It worked. Hold on, let me grab the Ouija board.
Go Granny go.
Surely if she is the executor of the estate and the will. I hope he had a will. Was probated, then she should have a letter testamentary that would allow her to act on her late husband's behalf. This way they make money. Once the debt is big enough they sell it to a debt collector for pennies on the dollar and make off. Like the crooks they are. They know exactly that they are doing. Still call her 17 years on? You guys need an ombudsman. That's harassment.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.